Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers as it concerns free agency surrounding Carmelo Anthony. That's right, guys. Carmelo Anthony is once again in the Lakers rumor mill. But this time around, it looks like the Los Angeles Lakers are showing a lot of interest in pursuing Carmelo Anthony in the off season. Now, guys, we all know Carmelo Anthony is not the old Carmelo Anthony, the prime Carmelo Anthony, a guy who averages around 20 points throughout his career, being a scorer that he is, and, back then he used to be one of the greatest scorers of all time, and just being like the closest thing to, if you think about, LeBron James, who is like the next best player during that time. And that was Carmelo Anthony until KD came in and, Giannis Antetokounmpo and, all the rest of those players. Or obviously Kobe Bryant was always number one in my eyes. But, during that time, Carmelo Anthony was like ranked top 5, the best, scorer slash superstar in the NBA at that time. And I'm not trying to say that it's not out of the question. I mean, he is still going to be a future Hall of Famer at the end of his career. But, at the end of the day, guys, he is past his prime now, and now he is basically a rotational type of player. A guy who can still shoot, who can still give you 40%, 41% from the three, and he can also defend. I mean, his best trait also back in his day, when he was still in his prime, he was not just a scorer. He did not just play great offense, but he was also an elite defender. And Kobe Bryant during his time, with the Lakers back in 2009. I believe he mentioned that Carmelo Anthony was hard to guard. I mean, Carmelo Anthony was ranked one of the most best defensive players during his time, with the Denver Nuggets and also with the New York Knicks. And even until now, I mean, his defensive ability does show a lot of promise when it comes to a team like the Portland Trailblazers. And, just seeing the fact that he's still playing to the best of his ability, that to be a solid player on a team, it kind of puts into question of maybe the Lakers should use his services when it's all said and done. And I have to say, guys, it's just a perfect opportunity for the Los Angeles Lakers to go all in on Carmelo Anthony if he will still accept a veteran minimum. He signed one last season with the Portland Trailblazers, so I don't think money is not an issue for him. I think he just wants to play in the NBA and just show everyone that he still is capable of playing in the NBA. And, what better way for Carmelo Anthony to continue on his career than to be on a championship team and finally winning a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers alongside his best buddy, his, draft buddy, and, just the banana boat brother in LeBron James. I mean, I guess maybe because I'm just such a Carmelo Anthony fan. I mean, I have his jerseys during his time with the Denver Nuggets. I mean, I was a big fan of Carmelo Anthony. I mean, it was always Kobe Bryant and then LeBron James, and then Carmelo Anthony was like my third favorite player in the NBA. And, the rest of the players, I can't really think of ranking them at the top of my head, but, it was always those three. And Carmelo Anthony was just one of my favorite third best players to watch, because, he was just such a great shooter and always scoring and giving you 20 points a game. And, he was just sensational. And, it was just really great that he's still playing to the best of his ability, through his career right now. And, you know, even though his scoring did diminish, I mean, he's giving like the Portland Trailblazers like 13 to 15 points a game. I mean, not bad for a guy who, you know, just a couple of years ago scored 20 points. He still managed to give you 13 to 15 points. I mean, that still can be a game changer for most teams in the NBA who can, you know, come off the bench and just give you 13 to 15 points a game and still has the capability to shoot threes. I mean, you know, when it's all said and done, guys, I think the Los Angeles Lakers, you know, when it comes to shooting wise, I think they will need Carmelo Anthony's services. I'm just saying. I mean, it would just be nice to have Carmelo Anthony on the Los Angeles Lakers when it's all said and done. And, you know, I am a huge like advocate, you know, when it comes to this or, you know, what's the word for it? I want to say endorsement, but, you know, I just I just have to say, guys, you know, when it's all said and done, Carmelo Anthony, you know, I was just really just talking from a fan perspective. And I know some of you may be thinking, you know, Carmelo Anthony's washed up. Okay, he's old. So why should we have him back with have him on the Los Angeles Lakers? I mean, he is washed up. No, I don't think so at all. I mean, a guy of his caliber who can still give you around 38 to 41% from the three. I mean, that's a solid type of scoring ability that you would love to have on your team. And Carmelo Anthony with his skill set, and plus, you know, I think he will really change his career around. And, you know, if he's teaming up with one of his best friends in, you know, LeBron James. And also you have Anthony Davis on your side. So, you know, the respect is there. And plus he brings also the leadership to the locker room as well. Okay, the veteran that he is. He's so likable. I mean, you know, he's mellow. So, you know, when it's all said and done, having a guy like that in your locker room plays a huge advantage to, you know, the Lakers' success with the team chemistry as well. So, you know, and I just really think that, you know, the Lakers, by pursuing him will also, you know, give more like of an opportunity for Carmelo Anthony to contribute to the team more than he was with the Portland Trailblazers, because with the whole Kyle Kuzma trade scenario, it really looks like that the Lakers are going to look at all positions, and, you know, one of them is the small forward. And when it comes down to it, for resting players like LeBron and Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony will soon possibly get minutes, you know, when it's all said and done. And, you know, and I just think that, you know, he'll be used more than he is with the Portland Trailblazers. It's not like the Portland Trailblazers gave him a huge role on the team. But, you know, if he still accepts the role that he is and wants to, you know, be like the backup and you know, just get minutes and, you know, and sign to a veteran minimum, then you go for it. I mean, I would welcome Carmelo Anthony to the Los Angeles Lakers if he wants that route. Other than that, you know, if he wants to get paid or stuff like that, you know, it's kind of going to be a little bit of a problem for the Lakers. You know, that's why I just think that, you know, when it's all said and done, you know, the idea of the Lakers pursuing Carmelo Anthony at this stage of his career with, you know, having like a solid performance with the 2 years with the Portland Trailblazers, I think it would just work wonders for the Los Angeles Lakers. And also just being part of a franchise and, you know, being alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis will probably boost his chances of just, you know, playing to the best of his ability, but at a much higher possible level that he used to be. I mean, maybe we can see a version of him during the OKC Thunder days, or maybe the first year in Houston. I mean, that type of scenario. I mean, you never know. We could see a whole different type of Carmelo Anthony in a whole different light if he is in LA, with the Los Angeles Lakers, playing alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis and the soon to be, the rest of the crew, whoever Rob Pelinka will be pursuing. And, it's just so remains to be seen, guys. And I really want to know, guys, your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below about this report that the Lakers are expressing interest in Carmelo Anthony in the off season. Do you think the Lakers should pursue him, or do you think the Lakers should go like another direction? I know some of you may be, shouting in this video saying, he is old. We should go for young players. We should go for sharpshooters, shooters, and, stuff like that. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I'm not trying to say that, the Lakers should not pursue players like that. But when you have an opportunity to get a guy like Carmelo Anthony, who has experience in the league and 10-time All-Star, who, was almost gone in the NBA, to have him come back, join a team, and accept the role that he is, and still gives you 38 to 41% from the three, and still, plays elite defense, and gives you 13 to 15 points a game. I don't know about you guys, but I would welcome that type of experience and that type of talent to a team like the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, the veteran that he is, and the team chemistry, and if he's like in a different environment like the Los Angeles Lakers, I think that he will thrive with the Los Angeles Lakers. That's my own preference, and during his time with the Denver Nuggets and seeing a glimpse from him playing with the New York Knicks, I know how Carmelo Anthony plays, and every time when I see him like lines up for and makes a shot happen, it goes in at like almost like 80 to 90% of the time. So I understand that some of you want to go young and stuff like that, and I understand, but don't rule out Carmelo Anthony. I mean, if he accepts the veteran minimum with the Lakers, then you should welcome him. I mean, I would welcome him, and I just really can't wait for that to happen. If somehow the Lakers do reach an agreement with Carmelo Anthony in the off season, and hopefully things turn out very well for both sides. In free agency, very in these next, I believe in a couple of months. Once free agency begins, and if anything does happen when it comes to the Lakers and certain players, I will deliver you all on this channel and give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about those particular players of the Lakers' interest in, and give you guys my thoughts about it. And I really want to know your thoughts and your opinions about it in the comment section down below. Guys, make sure to like all of my social media sites: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN. I'll leave the links to my social media sites in the description of this video, so you guys can check out my social media sites. And of course, subscribe to the channel. And guys, make sure to subscribe to the ZSPN podcast on Anchor. It is also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Radio Public, and just all across podcast distributions out there. If you have a podcast preference that you listen to, I'm probably on that, and I really do appreciate it if you just show me the love and support by subscribing to the ZSPN podcast. Like my social media sites, ZSPN on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.